Hi there, welcome back to Acquired Taste. My name is Rachel and I'm a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Etsy. I'll link everything below. Today we're gonna do a what sold video for this last week, and very exciting because I had my best flip ever. We'll get into those numbers in just a second. But I apologize I didn't release any new content other than the last what sold video, but hopefully moving forward I'll be able to do 2 or 3 videos a week. So let's just get right into it. My first sale on January 10th was this pair of Peter Millar. They were gray corduroy pants. They were listed for 7 days and I purchased them retail arbitrage. I got these at Marshall's. I purchased them for $21.80 and I sold them for $65. Next was this Pilcro on the letterpress. Pilcro on the letterpress is sold at Anthropologie. I sold these skinny jeans. They were size 28. They were listed for about 3 months. I purchased them for $10 and I sold them for $30. Moving on to January 11th. So this first sale was a bundle sale. So in my closet, I have an automatic 20% off of 2 or more items if you bundle product. So this was a 3-piece bundle. The first was a Bloomingdale's like peach v-neck long sleeve sweater. I would never purchase it again, but I got it for $1 at a local thrift store. The second piece was a coastal blue bathing suit. So about a year and a half ago, I purchased these 3 giant boxes from Amazon, and it wasn't returns, it was just goods that didn't sell. So I got them deeply discounted and I purchased like 3 giant boxes of them. So this was just a bathing suit. The name brand was Coastal Blue, but it's kind of just a generic bathing suit brand. And I purchased that for, or my cost of goods for that were $1.74. And the last piece was a Peanuts, like Snoopy and Woodstock beach vacation tank top. I purchased that for $7 at a Goodwill. So my total cost of goods was $9.74 for those 3 pieces, 2 of which I had listed for over a year, the Bloomingdale's top and the Coastal Blue bathing suit. Over a year it was posted, and finally those sold with this tank top that I posted for about 2 months. And the bundle sold for $32. Which is great. Get it out of my house, right? So that wasn't terrible, but at least it's gone. I wouldn't purchase the Bloomingdale's top or the bathing suits from Amazon, although they're new with tags. It's totally fine. It's just some of the styles I wasn't into, but I'm glad that they sold and somebody else can be happy with them. The next thing I sold was a pair of Zara, these black tuxedo pants. They were really cool, really nice. There was a tiny little flaw on the back. There was just a little tiny hole near the belt loop, but it was really, really hard to see. I make sure to put in the description any type of flaw that I have in any of my listings, because I don't want there to be a reason, especially on Poshmark. People aren't allowed to make returns unless it's an item that's not as described. So for example, if I didn't say that there was a hole in the back of those pants and somebody received it and saw that there was a hole, then they would be able to return that. Where if I describe it, it might take a little bit longer for it to sell, but then that customer has full transparency of the item itself, which I would appreciate as a buyer as well, knowing that. Anyways, I purchased the pair of pants for $6 at a Goodwill and I sold them for $32. And I actually think that sale is on eBay. The next sale from the 11th was another purchase. It was on Etsy and it was a multiple item purchase. So they purchased 5 books. I got this, I think I sold a book in my last what sold video from the same lot of books, where at this local thrift store, if you got a brown paper bag, you could fill it up and it was $5 for however many, whatever was in there was $5. And so I bought the Yale Shakespeare there was like a collection of these little blue books. So a bunch of them fit in this brown paper bag. So my cost of goods was 32 cents a piece and I sold 5 of them for about $70. And that was awesome. So 32 cents were my cost for each one. I sold 5 of them. That's less than $2 to flip it for 70. Love that. So if you ever see those Yale Shakespeare books, the little ones, I definitely recommend picking them up. My next sale on the 12th was a pair of cabbie pants. They were these green cargo pants. There was a really cute stock photo. I liked how she styled her outfit. This was listed for 153 days. I paid $3.75 for these pants, and I sold them for $32 on eBay outright. They didn't make me an offer. I just sold them 32 bucks full price. Love that. A lot of times I do mark my items up a couple dollars more than what I think the true market value of the item is, because I'm anticipating that somebody's gonna come in and make me an offer. So for example, most of the time if I price something at $32, I think that I'm probably gonna sell that item for $28. And so there gives me a little bit of wiggle room to do negotiations and whatnot with offers. So I was very happy that this was a full price sale, and I'll take it. It's great. The next thing I sold was a vintage glass deviled egg platter. So this was left from my mom. My husband and I purchased my childhood home and then completely renovated it, and it looks totally different. It's now our house, not my childhood home house. So my mom left a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, I'll sell that, I'll sell that. So this has been listed for a long time, but it's some crystal dish, and I posted it on Etsy. I didn't pay anything for it because my mom just left it, and I ended up selling it for $18.75. So that's great. The next day, the 13th, okay, this was my best flip that I've ever had. So it's an Eileen Fisher 100% silk tunic top, and it doesn't look very special, but it was new with tags, and it actually was a sample. So on the inside tag it said that it was a sample, which is great because then that means it hadn't gone into full production yet, and it was a sample that they were looking at and considering making a full-time, production out of it. So I purchased that at a garage sale for $3. I had it listed for a little over 3 months, and it sold for full asking price of $120. Yes, I love that. That is my best flip I've ever had. I've had several Doc Martin flips that were very, very close to the same type of profit margin that this gave me, but I'm very, very excited about that. So that was absolutely my best sale of the week, and I love that sale. The next thing I sold was probably my worst sale of the week. So on the same day, I sold this Kim and Cami tank top. So when I was at the thrift store, this was from Goodwill, I saw this brand, and I saw a few of them. There was a decent amount, which oftentimes if you see the same brands over and over and over in the thrift store, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing, because that means that everybody's getting rid of it, unless it's like all lumped together and maybe somebody did a donation of really nice items that are all together. Anyways, if you typically see the same brands over and over, in my opinion or my experience, those tend to sit the longest in my Poshmark Closet or eBay store, or what have you. So this one, I took a chance on it. It was the silver and taupe cloud metallic ribbed tank top. It actually looked really cool with the metallic in it, but I purchased it for $7 and I sold it for $15. So that was not a great flip. I made less than $3 on that flip. The only thing that I can say that's good about the sale is it sold in 4 days. So that's fine, but I typically don't like to sell things that are only gonna make me $3 or really anything less than $10. I really try to focus on purchasing things that I think are gonna sell for $30 to $40. And the reason is, I appreciate a quick flip, don't get me wrong, and I appreciate the sale, so whoever it was, thank you. But the reason I don't want to do that is because I'm spending a lot of time processing the items, so steaming them, taking photos, making sure I put them into my inventory correctly, and then I have to, when I sell them, I'm taking them out, I package them in a little plastic bag with a thank you sticker, and I put them in a poly mailer and I send it out. All of those add costs, and so I really want to focus on selling things that don't take me as long and I'm efficient. So if you're efficient in your listing and you're taking your pictures quickly and you're selling them for a larger profit margin, then you don't have to list as many things to make more money. Obviously, it all is common sense, but when you think about it big picture, I don't want to waste my time doing quick flips for only a few bucks. I'm not saying it's a bad strategy. It absolutely works, of course, because there are definitely things that are on the lower price lower price items that sell fast. I just, for my business, because I'm part-time and I need to work quickly in order to make more money, I just do try to focus on larger price items. Anyways, I digress. That's just a lot of information that probably doesn't really matter at this point. You can edit that out, Andrew. The next thing that I sold was another Peter Millar piece. So on the 14th, I sold this brown quarter zip sweater. It was really, really soft. And right now I can't think of what the material was. I want to say it was merino wool. Maybe Andrew will, you know, post what the actual material was here, but it was really nice. I also purchased this retail arbitrage from Marshall's. It was listed for 6 days. I purchased it for $31.61. That's with tax. And then I sold it for $70. So that was a good flip and quick flip since it was only listed for 6 days. Love it. The next piece was on the 15th, which was actually my birthday. I sold this Free People. It's like a crochet bralette. It was really, really beautiful. I wish there was one in my size, but it was not. So I had this listed for 9 days. I purchased it for $8.72 and this sold for $20. Again, not a big profit. I think I made a little over $5 on this. It's a learning experience. So I just learned that I won't spend that money on that piece again because it just didn't give me the return that I'm looking for. But I make mistakes. And also I don't know if I would really consider that a mistake. It's just, it is not typically what I want in my business model. So I still made money and I'm happy with that. Next, I sold on Etsy this boy singing Hummel. So Hummels are like a little German porcelain figurine. I think it's actually ceramic figurine and they're very collectible. So I've sold some in the past for about $115. I've sold a couple for over $100. And this my aunt gave me from her aunt's collection of Hummels, and I had a whole bunch of them and I've sold them all. This was the very last one. I sold it for, so my cost of goods was $0 and I sold it for $34, which is great. And then the next one, I also sold on Etsy a sterling silver ring with like this teal gem in it. It was really, really pretty. I have a ton of jewelry and I just really love it. Actually, I have so much jewelry and I need to post it and I've just been focusing on clothes. So I really need to get to the jewelry at some point. If you're interested in seeing all the jewelry that I have, leave a comment. I'd love to share it with you if that's something of interest, but I have a ton of vintage jewelry. Anyways, my cost of goods was $0. This was one from my stepdad gave me a whole bunch. I mentioned it in my last video. He gave me a bunch of jewelry, so I paid nothing for this and we sold it for about $24. The last day, the 16th, I had 3 sales. My first one was Free People. It's this white sheer peasant top. It was new with tags, really, really pretty. I got this at Goodwill for $7, which it's incredible to me, the stuff that people donate to Goodwill. I think that, you know, there are a lot of people that don't want to spend the time to sell it or don't have anybody to give it to maybe, but then they just donate it. I cannot tell you how many things that I've found at Goodwill that I just can't believe are just donated. Anyways, this was one of them. I thought this was really beautiful. The pictures didn't turn out as well as the piece actually looks, but nonetheless, I purchased it for $7. I had it listed for about 3 months and it sold for $38 on eBay. The next was a pair of Pistola jeans. These were really on trend. They were a high waist, raw step hem skinny jeans. So these I had listed for about 3 months as well. My cost of goods was $0. This was from my mother-in-law and I sold those for $55. And the last thing that I sold this week was an Under Armour long sleeve athletic top. It had these like blue dots, kind of a abstract design on it, and it was a quarter zip. And I had that listed for 181 days. I bought it for $3.55 and I sold it for $20. And I believe that was on eBay as well. So with that, in total, I sold 22 items. And I broke it down by items and not sales because I actually had a couple less sales since I had those books that were all lumped together, and then I had that bundle of clothes that was lumped together. But in total, 22 items I was able to move out of my inventory. I had 8 items that I sold on eBay. I sold 8 items on Etsy, and I sold 6 items on Poshmark. And again, this is funny because I keep talking about how Etsy doesn't bring a lot of money into my business, but I think I had 3 sales this week, which is great. My total sales price was $681.35. My cost of goods was $113.77. So I made 5 times my profit, I made 5 times my investment, which is wonderful. And my profit that I'm actually taking home after fees and after shipping and after all of that, I actually am putting in my pocket $453.94. And if you can hear that, that is my dishwasher that's singing to us. All right, you can edit. I mean, you can keep that in, but okay, so my average sales price per item was $30.97, and that was definitely increased because of that Eileen Fisher $120 sale. My average profit per item was $20.63. I love that, even with those really small sales, because I had some larger sales, kind of balance it out, and I'm trying to hit $20 in profit per item. That's my goal this year, at least in Q1, so hopefully I can keep that up. And then again, my total profit, $453.94. I love that. An extra $450 on top of my job to kind of do whatever I want with. And at this point, I'm mostly reinvesting to get more inventory. I love that. So anyways, that's my haul. That's everything that I have for you. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're interested in this shirt, it's actually Madewell, and it's online now. I'll link where it's at below. If you like this video, feel free to like it and subscribe, you know, all those things that people on YouTube say. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.